Now, Rusty, so far in this conversation, we've been talking about how we measure and develop the 12 capabilities that we've identified as being important for good managers. But of course, there's people who will be listening to this who will be thinking, it's fine to have those general skills in place, but my organization has particular management development challenges. And you've been working on a couple of programs lately as part of our custom team. So I wonder if you can maybe talk through how you have measured management capability and then how you've helped develop that in a more custom or bespoke sense.
Yeah, for sure. So over the last couple of years, I've been working with a client in the railway industry to design and deliver a management and leadership development program. And we started out by kind of scoping the needs of managers, the needs of the business with key stakeholders in the client organization. And out of that process, we developed effectively a set of assumptions. And then we worked with Gantt to test those assumptions
From
using focus groups from our insights team. Anna's colleague, my colleague too, but primarily Anna's colleague.
I consider him Anna's colleague.
Except healthy degree of separation. So we had those set of assumptions that we developed through what we call scoping, and then we tested those with actual learners, members of the population that would be engaged in the intervention using focus groups and semi-structured interviews to uncover what people felt about their experience within the company, their experience of leadership and management. We also designed a valid and reliable behavioral survey. We've talked about these surveys before on the podcast, but that was then completed before and after the intervention. So we've got a way of measuring performance and how the program has changed behavior. So we also had a control group that completed the survey, and then we found that there was a overall statistically significant 12% improvement in behavior amongst our target population. And we combined that survey with follow-up interviews as a kind of qualitative measure to add some color to the quantitative insights that we gathered from the survey. And then just the sort of structure of the program itself was split into three kind of key phases. So we recognized that managers were really busy within the client organization. They're also, because they're working on the railway, geographically distributed. So we wanted to make the most effective use of people's time together in the classroom. So we had a blended program of e-learning, which people completed ahead of attending 1 week residential. The residential was then focused on kind of practical application and discussion. But then to my point earlier about often these kind of residentials are one and done, and then it's like, good luck, we'll see you again next year. We followed those up with ongoing mentoring and coaching from senior leaders within the business and coaches from the L&D team. And then we formed a peer working group, which was initially kind of part of a formal part of the program itself, where a participant had to form a peer group, but that's continued after the program as well. So people have formed a WhatsApp group. They then have this kind of ongoing support group that they can come to and ask for questions and advice on issues related to management. So it's been a really fun program to work on.
Yeah, super fun. I'm never sure whether we need to explain what a control group is, but just for anyone who's listening and wondering, do you want to just very quickly explain what you mean by that, Ross?
Yeah, so the members of the participants in the program were identified through the organization's talent ratings. And we wanted a kind of consistent rating so that everybody was starting in roughly the same place. And then we had 15 participants complete the pilot. And then as part of the survey, we also had 15 people of the same talent rating also complete the survey so that we can see where their behavior or performance was before the program, where it was after. With the control group, the only thing that's different with the control group is that they didn't complete the program. We found that behavior for the people who did participate did improve.
Yeah, lovely. So it's a way of isolating the impact of the program from other factors that might be going on within the organization. Cool. So I hope that has given listeners at home some insight into helping new managers in particular, and hopefully giving you some ideas of things that you can try in your own practice. Of course, if you listen to this and you want to measure the capability of your managers and address identified gaps with targeted research-based content experiences like Skill Bites or a custom program like the one that Ross described, please do get in touch. You can email custom@mindtools.com or visit our website mindtools.com.